Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Denise, aka MissNiseReads. Today's video is going to be a book review. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting until I was feeling better for me to talk about it. So, the book that we're talking about today is A Love Song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams. You're going to hear my thoughts, the synopsis, all of it. So without further ado, we're going to get straight to the video. So I'm going to read the back of the book for you. One florist, one pianist, one love story, 100 years in the making. Ricki Wilde has many talents, but being a Wilde isn't one of them. As the impulsive artistic daughter of a powerful Atlanta dynasty, she's the opposite of her social elite sisters, where there's long-stemmed roses, she's a dandelion, an adorable bloom that's actually a weed, born to float wherever the wind blows. When a regal non-agenarian, Miss Stella invites her to rent the floor of her Harlem brownstone, Ricki jumps at the chance for a new beginning. She leaves behind her family, wealth, and chaotic romantic decisions to realize her dream of opening a flower shop in New York City. Soon, the dream turns into a modern fairy tale where she encounters a handsome, mysterious stranger who knocks her world off balance in the most magical ways. Scorching hot, heartfelt, and funny, A Love Song for Ricki Wilde is the story of two passionate artists drawn to the romance of New York. Those, and not those, and whose lives are irreversibly linked. I have so many thoughts when it comes to this book. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 5 star. I'm pretty certain of it. I loved this story. I can tell though, not a lot of people weren't too much of fans of it for certain aspects, and I understand it full heartedly. Ricki's family, I have personal beef with, especially her sisters that love to gossip and very much talk down on their younger sister. I'm not the biggest fan of whatsoever. Just because, Ricki wants to not follow in the directions the way that they did. They feel some type of way about it. That's weird. That's weird for me. I did not like that at all. I didn't like how much they were recommending her for every little mistake that she's done when she was young and making me like, oh, it's just a joke. It's not that deep. Yes, it is, because there's never been much of a praise in terms for the accomplishments that Ricki's done. Ricki's friendship with Tuesday was so sweet to read. I loved every single second of it. Just them getting to know each other and then dealing with the shenanigans that is New York and Harlem and everything like that. It was really nice to read. Miss Della being the grandmother figure to Ricki kind of put a sore spot in my heart for me. Reason being is that both of my grandparents on my mom and my dad's side, they're all gone. They passed. And just reading the relationship that they formed, it made me really miss my grandmas so much. So I think that might have been why I also had to put the book down at certain moments, because it reminded me of my grandmothers and just how much they meant the world to me. That's why it probably took me so long for me to finish this, because I really miss my grandmas so much. Like, I miss them so much. And I wish, that I had more time with them than I did. I just loved their chats every single time. It was just really, really sweet. I loved it. Ricki and Ezra's chemistry was something I did not expect early in their talks. And it's just a fact of just like this is the first time for Ricki being heard and not kind of being like brushed off. He actually like listens to what she says and he really like engages with her in terms of those conversations, and that was something that I personally think Ricki needed. And I know Tuesday did the same thing too, like she would always hear her out too, but she needed that. And I felt like that the move from what she was used to like building herself, I think that was something that was very much written well. You got to see the growth and like the high moments and the lowest moments of it, and I felt like Tia Williams wrote that like Ricki's journey of that so well. And I really enjoyed whenever it was just Ricki and Ezra. I don't know why they just kind of did it for me, really. Also hearing about like Ezra's background of like what he had to deal with and for that curse to be in effect and why it's in effect. Um, Police when I catch you. That's all I'm gonna say in terms of that because don't know why. But then kind of connecting the dots of who Police is related to. That bamboozled me, not gonna lie. But there were answers that needed to be answered. I'm glad it was answered in terms of that. Also, one scene that really pivoted it for me was when Ezra stood up for Ricki in front of her sisters. That did something for me, I fear. And also that was the time for her to finally stand up, for her to like stand up for herself, which I was so happy about. Because at one point I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, why are you letting them treat you like this? You know what I mean? And that chapter, let alone when her sister was coming to visit her out of the blue, and it's not because of a good reason too. It's not like, oh, she made it this big to the point where she got interviewed. Awesome, I'm freaking proud of her. No, they just find it suspicious. So just say you don't like seeing her succeed. Have a nice day. I was so glad when they both stood up, stood up, like, to them, being like, hey, listen, I like to do this. This is what I like to do. If you're going to continue to come here and start making jokes and poke fun at the stuff that I did when I was younger, I'm going to need you to, like, get out. Like, if I was in Ricki's position, I wouldn't have let them in. Sorry, not sorry. I wouldn't have let them in. I don't need that type of energy in my setting, in my home. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. That was fulfilling to see Ricki finally stand up to her sisters about that. You know what I mean? That last chapter had me sobbing because of what Miss Stella did, and that just I sobbed. And the note that she wrote for Ricki and Ezra, crazy, crazy. And the crazy part about it was there are certain things I'm not gonna spoil because I kind of want you to read it for yourself. I had a feeling she was gonna be a part of how to break that curse one way or another, but I didn't expect it to this extent. You know what I mean? That made me sob. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say in terms of that. I don't want to spoil exactly what happens, but that epilogue on top of that, being it from Miss Della's point of view, was so wholesome. That was so wholesome. The reason why I rated this a 5 star, because I thought it was gonna be, I knew it was gonna be like a 4 star and above, but the reason why I rated a 5 star is also because I felt for Ricki on many different points that I myself didn't expect. Because if I'm not mistaken, she's also the youngest in her family. I am also the youngest in my family. Uh just kind of what she goes through is like kind of a little bit similar to what I'm going through in the sense of, you know, trying to step your foot into something new and taking control of your life than what you were used to. And also just kind of being like the black sheep, not the black sheep, but like, well, she was the black sheep. I'm not necessarily the black sheep per se, but what I've noticed in terms of with her family is just the fact of they kind of harp on some of a lot of the mistakes that she has done as a child, even now, and like I know some have done that to me too, and I'm just like, ha ha ha. But I mean, at the end of the day, those were mistakes as a child and like while growing up. Like, let's be so for real. And I really just appreciate this journey for Ricki being able to find herself and just, adapting into a new setting and meeting new people and, you know, getting by through life and everything like that. So that was really, 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 really nice to see. I also like the alternating timelines too. It wasn't like too often, but like it was nice because it helped set up for future scenes and like what's going on and like Ezra's backstory and everything like that. What he had to go through was really unfortunate. It truly was because back then, you know, things were very much difficult and just disgusting at the time. So do what you will with that information. And just seeing him as well adapt into the modern age now was also really fun to read as well. Tuesday's career shift too was also really nice to read because she was meant to do this one thing, and in the long run she was just like, you know what, no, I don't want to do this, I want to do something instead. And so in that epilogue you get to see her doing some of what she wanted to do now, which was stellar, fantastic. We got to see Miss Della, kind of living the rest of her life the way that she wanted to. All these little bullet points that she had that she wanted to do, she was able to achieve those. And just, I felt like each of these characters were able to live their life the way that they wanted to. And I'm just glad that Ezra and Ricki have such a happy ending despite everything they had to go through. That's why I think I rated it a 5 stars. And then also, like I said, a lot of things kind of hit close to home with me, and just, yeah. So that's why I rated it a 5 star. I highly recommend this if you're not much of like a magical realism type of thing and talks about like, magic, all that stuff. If you're not a big fan of it, I wouldn't recommend it. But I just love the story and each of the characters and what they go through, and just seeing them living their life and everything like that. That really stood out to me more than anything. So, yeah, that's what I read. And that's what I rated. I rated it as a 5 star. I really do recommend it. Thank you guys for watching this book review. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and comment down below. If you have read this book, what did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Comment down below. Let's just keep it respectful, yeah? Make sure you follow my social media. All of that will be in the description below. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.